after the main topics I've talked about, and I have really thought about so much about my experience here in Germany, the difficult times I had, the wasted time I thought it was wasted, but actually it's not, and about finding purpose in my life and all of those topics. I came up with memories from the past, from the idea of not telling anybody your dreams, what you really decide in your heart. I had to think about it so much because especially around 2 years ago after my divorce and I went to move alone, everything, I started going through difficult, tough times, and I used to listen a lot to different podcasts or YouTube channel content creators, and that helped me a lot. And many of them, they would use to say this: do not tell your dreams to anybody. Talking about the content creators I used to listen to, or I still do, is okay, started of course with Tony Robbins. Many of you might hear about him already, or might know him already, and because of him I started to listen to Graziosi. I don't know if that last name is right spelled, but I liked so much what he said, and it really resonated with me so much. One of the things he used to say is that something I really agree with: do not tell anybody your deepest dreams. Another content creator I listen to a lot is the Wizardless, personal development for women, and she has a very interesting story to tell. So from those and maybe more, a bunch more that I have to listen to before, I could really relate and resonate with this idea: do not tell anybody your dreams, your deepest desires, what you really want in your heart. And I can relate to that coming from my personal experience, from the way I've been doing things. So I wanted to share my experience because even though I love these content creators so much and I listen to them very often, I think every week. I used to listen to them every single day. Now, depending on what you're focusing on, it's a bit less than that. But even though I love them and they have helped me so much, something I have noticed is that their examples of life, it was all about dreams and situations I could not really relate to my life. Like, well, if your dream was to build like a multi-billion company and make a lot of money in I don't know how many billions per year, well, billions. For me, it's like a lot more down to earth, and I want to share the type of dreams that can relate to more kind of who are just dreaming about, I don't know, going live into a different country, doing something that your family might not really agree with. I don't know, those kind of things that could relate to different kind of people. So it's not just about the dream of making billions or millions of euros right now or dollars, but it's about simple things. When you start with simple things like that, I do believe like you can also go and keep going and improving every time. So just as a reminder, it doesn't matter what your dream is. It could be too small. You might think that it's too small. If I compare that dream of the dream I'm gonna share with you here, it's quite small, not about building a huge company, but it counts. Every single dream you have counts, and every time you have the opportunity to make a bigger dream and achieve a bigger dream and go growing and expanding yourself. So from very small steps you can go start growing, and then you're gonna end up big depending on what your limits are. So listening to all of these content creators on YouTube, I cannot more than agree with this idea of not telling anybody your dreams or your deepest desires, your deepest dreams. And why? Because I can relate to that with my own experience, with my own life. When I have done that and put it into practice, I have found that I can really have better results. I do that for myself, and because nobody else cares about that more than you. You are the one who cares about it. You are the one who really fight for it and you're gonna give everything for it. Nobody can help you out. And even if family, other people care about you, friends, they might not be able to help, or they might have biased different ideas and opinions about that topic that might hold you and maybe make you stop trying and change your direction, or it make you hesitate. Even if they want to help and they worry about you, they care about you, but if you know that's something you want to do in your heart and that's up to you, do not tell anybody. That has worked for me. Of course, not for everybody. Maybe there's other people who used to tell that their dreams to their families, to their best friends, or maybe to everybody, and at the end of the day that works. But I do, in my case, that at least people like me, it's better to keep that to yourself. And there's some important reasons about it. At least for me, there's 4 main reasons I want to talk about why it's important and what you can do in order just to keep that to yourself, and why that works maybe better that way. So the first thing you need to know to understand if it's better to tell your dreams and not to share them with everybody or just with your family or with someone else, it's to know the why. Is that something you want to do for you to prove something to yourself, or you want to show that to other people? You want to prove something to other people? Is it something for your family, for your friends? Is it something for someone else? Or is it just because of the society says it and maybe you just want to satisfy like a collective idea of happiness, or I don't know, like it really is important to understand why you want to do this dream, why you have this dream. Is it really for you? Is it really your dream? Or is it your family's dream? Is it your boyfriend's, your girlfriend's dream? And if it's for you, then you're gonna have to understand you are the only one. You have to prove that to yourself. And try to find the right reasons for it. Once you find the reasons for it and you're like, okay, that's because I really want to do it for myself, and you understand why, well, now you can figure out how you're going to do it. So the 4 topics I want to talk about, like the first one, when you know that that's a dream you want to accomplish, that's what you want to do for sure, and you have the reason why. The first thing that I would say that it's important, and maybe that's why in my case I never used to tell my dreams, or I never used to tell what I wanted to do, it's because I think it's important to prove yourself. Do not do it for other people. Do not do it to prove your family or to prove other people what you can do and then show when you're like, hey, look at me, that's what I'm doing right now. They don't care. People do not care about what you're doing. They have their own lives, they have their own problems. They do not care. And if they realize about what you're doing, that's not going to change that much. What's going to change? What's going to happen then when they realize about it? You have to prove yourself that you can do it. You have to make a commitment with yourself that you can do it, that you're going to go through it and you're going to make it. Because it's a commitment with yourself. You have to prove that to yourself, to nobody else, because nobody else cares about that. You care about it. I remember so much, that's what I try to do with a few situations in my life. I have been always the kind of person that does not really tell the deepest dreams or the deepest goals or what the real deepest intentions I have for me, myself in the future. Because for me it's too treasured, and I felt if someone knew about it, they might have some influence in it, or like something was gonna happen, or you never know. Or I felt secured. I felt more secured to know that that was stored by myself, and I was gonna prove myself that I was gonna do it. So for instance, I did that with different times in my life. So, for instance, first I was like 17 years old. I wanted to go to the United States to be an au pair and have a break from my studies because I did not know what to do with my life. And I knew my family could not afford it. They did not care that much. Like, okay, are you going to United States? Like, that's, of course, something that matters just to you. And I wanted to do it, so I'm like, okay, I don't care if my family can help me or not, or if they want to help me or not. I'm not gonna tell them anything. I'm gonna do it by myself. So I got a job, started saving money for it. I did everything that was possible to do it. And yeah, once I got it, I told them, hey, I'm gonna get my tickets to that place. I got everything arranged. I'm gonna go to Washington DC for 1 year, maybe 2 years if everything goes fine. And as an au pair, gonna study as well. Yeah. So doing that and many other different things in my life that I have done with the same procedure, let's say. I had to prove myself, and I really proved myself that I could do it, and it felt good. It felt really good. I was like, if my family say no at the end, doesn't matter. It's my decision. It's my dream. It's my life. If my friends don't care about it, or if they do care, like, it does not matter anyway. It's all up to you. The second topic, I think it's very important to take into account. It's like not just have your dream and then propose and commit yourself to do it and to go through it, but also take actions through it. Even if you don't tell people, okay, if you might need help, if you might need some kind of, I don't know, advice or help somehow, of course you can go and look for it and do it. But don't be spreading your message like, hey, I'm gonna do this and this and that. Then maybe later, if it doesn't work, well, nothing happens. But if you do it, keep with small actions and then keep working for it. Like, just go through it. You don't have to explain people what you're doing. You don't have to be telling people like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do, blah, blah, blah. But do it. This way, I think you take certain kind of pressure off you. If you do it, you know that it's on you, and you're not gonna be like having other people asking you all the time, like, hey, what happened to this? Hey, so you're saying that you're gonna do this, or you feel kind of pressure when you tell things to other people at the same time. So if you don't do it, but you keep doing action, that you know you can go at your pace, you can go at your rhythm. If you want it with all your heart, you're gonna do everything that's in your hands to make it happen. That's 100% sure. So something similar, for instance, was when I wanted to do my master in London, and I was in Colombia, and then I was like, okay, I want to study, but not in the United States, because that would be too expensive for me. But I did want to try Europe, and I thought at that time that UK was a very good option for it. So I started doing many things about that. I did not tell anybody like before, just like my mom and some people I could trust, for instance, because I needed some kind of loan to make it happen. So in that case, it's like, okay, I had to do it in order to achieve it and to make this, and this happen. But I did everything else by myself, and I kept doing it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have 1 year to do everything I have to do for it, to send all the documents, to do all the legal procedures I need to do, and I set my time in for that goal and made it happen. And I had no pressure from other people like, hey, so when are you gonna travel, when are you gonna do your master, what are you gonna do? It's all until you have your time, you can do it at your pace, and you'll take care of it for sure. Something else very important to take into account is to keep being true to yourself, to keep having faith. Because if you don't tell anybody, maybe the reason why other people like telling their dreams is because they want to have some motivation, they want to have approval, they want to have someone that tells me like, hey, yeah, I'm here to support you, or maybe someone pushing like, hey, you know. And in that case, it's kind of difficult to remain in your truth from what you really want. That's why I keep quiet. I usually don't tell those things. And since I don't tell anybody usually, something difficult to do is to keep being true to yourself, keep having faith. Sometimes difficulties, many obstacles come on the way, and if you do not have that support or someone having them pushing you or someone having them motivating you, it's hard. But you have to know, you have to believe that it's gonna be fine. If it's in your heart, if it's within you, if it's a goal, a dream you have in your mind and you start taking action for it, it's gonna be fine and it's gonna happen. Just be careful not to change it or turn it around. That's why I don't like telling other people, because other people might say like, oh, maybe you can do this or that, or maybe you wanna do this and that. When you're sure about what you really want, it could be dangerous having different opinions that might have influence or bias on what you really want. So when you are not really sure about what you want, it could be good to get different opinions. But if you're sure and you don't want any kind of influence having an impact on what you want to do, or you don't want anybody discouraging you, like, hey, that's gonna be something you want to do in 1 year? Yeah, sure. Be true to yourself. Believe in yourself. Keep having faith. And something else I find really important is to stay humble. You know you're gonna achieve a lot and you can make many things happen that you want. You know, life is full of possibilities and you can achieve so much. There's many people who are okay with what they have. They do not really have big expectations or big dreams, or maybe they do, but they do not really believe they can do anything or accomplish that much, or they're just happy with their normal lives. So it's okay if they stay like that, but in your case, you know, you want a lot more. You want to achieve this, you want to do this, you want to do that, but still that does not make you a better person than the others. And that's something that I had to talk to myself, and I talk about it so many times, because I'm like, yeah, maybe if I achieve this and if I do this, I'm gonna go and be at a different level. That does not mean that I'm better than other people, or that I'm gonna be showing off to other people because I did this and that. It's very important to remain humble and know what you did and why you did it and what it cost you to get there. And I think when you really do it by yourself and you really know the effort and appreciate everything you have done to it, it's very easy to stay humble, because you know the cost of it and you know everything that you have paid for it already. However, after the years, if you forget about it, or if you're very comfortable with your new achievement or something like that, or you got like new friends or new companies or new kind of life that, I don't know, kind of wants to push you in a different direction, be true to yourself. Remember that you did what you did because of a reason. It had a cost, and stay humble. If actually there's any way to help other people to achieve something similar or to go through a similar situation, even better. So that's in general what I wanted to share about not telling anybody your dreams. I know for some people it might be so difficult because they feel like more support, but I think you really have to be very cautious when you share your dreams, your deepest dreams. You never know who are you sharing your dreams with. It could be part of your family, it could be friends, but you never know what might happen in the future. It's something very important that you should keep within you, and just in certain cases you could share depending on what you want to achieve, but treat it like a treasure to you. When you do things for yourself and to prove yourself you can do it, it really makes you feel so fulfilled in life, so happy. I think the difference is huge when you do things to prove to other people. It makes a huge difference. So do things for yourself, to prove yourself that you can do it, you can learn and grow through it. And after every single thing you're gonna do, every obstacle you go in order to achieve your dreams, you're gonna be a better person at the end. Every time you are just changing, you are evolving, you are learning something else, something new. Then comes the next challenge, comes the next dream, and then many challenges within. It's just a completely fun adventure in life, and you have to enjoy it and see the value in it, because it's something you do for yourself. And maybe just one last thing. I have noticed, if you do things for you, not to prove other people what you can do or what you can become or you can whatever, other people, usually they don't care, and you try to push it or prove it or just show, people do not care at all like that. They have their word, they have their lives, they do not care about you at all. I don't care about other people, I care about my life honestly. But if you do things by yourself and you prove yourself that, well, you can achieve your dreams, you can be happy, if you give that example of life, other people are gonna notice, and other people, you're not gonna have to say, hey, I'm here, I did this, I did that. No, people notice that, and it's kind of contagious, which is so beautiful and so pretty, because you don't have to say anything. People just see it. Sometimes people from your family, and you're gonna notice like, hey, and they started doing things, and I'm like, nice. I love that so much. I love people around me, and one of the best ways to help them is not to push them, not to prove anything to them, leave them alone, and focus on yourself.